It was over 2,500 years ago that the Lord Buddha renounced the royal throne for the superior happiness of sitting for meditation beneath the Bodhi tree on a humble seat of straw. It brought him greater happiness to restrict himself merely to 3 pieces of saffron cloth, rather than to don the finery and precious crown jewels of the royal palace. To him, the unpredictable food offered by lay people brought him more happiness than all the delicacies of the royal kitchen. Because, through his enlightenment, he had come to see that mundane happiness can delude only fools, but is no longer able to dupe the wise, who have cultivated themselves to attain nirvana. Seeing life and the world according to reality, the Lord Buddha knew that the ultimate happiness could be gained only by living the life of a monk, by virtue of the mental mastery and altruism brought by a monk's purity, liberation, and providing a supreme refuge to the rest of the world. Even the 7 jewel treasures of the universal monarch are as nothing compared to the priceless value of the triple gem: the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. However, when the Lord Buddha had passed away into parinibbana, the legacy of his teachings began to fade, and once again the many folk started to become cast adrift in the sea of suffering, and began to lose the path to bliss and true purpose in life. It wasn't until the year 1917 when the great abbot of Wat Phak Nam, Pramongkol Thepmuni, was able to make a significant revival of the Buddha's legacy of practice, putting his life on the line to recover the true meaning of the words middle way, lost to the world since 500 years after the Lord Buddha's parinibbana, and encapsulated in his immortal teaching, "Stopping the mind is the secret of success." Stopping the mind means to bring one's attention to a standstill in the absence of all thought at the center of the body, in order to reach the triple gem inside. The Master also demonstrated that the middle way exists inside the body of every human being, regardless of nationality, race, religion or creed. This tradition has been perpetuated down to the present day through the meditation prowess of the Buddhist nun, Kunyai Maharatana Upasika Jan Konok Yung, who the great abbot of Wat Phak Nam praised as being first amongst his disciples, second to none. It was this nun, Kunyai, who taught meditation relentlessly, forming a community of disciples willing to devote their lives to the cause, in order to pioneer the project of building Wat Phra Dhammakaya in Pathum Thani province, Thailand. With nothing but their determination and the insignificant founding donation of $100, Kunyai and her team of pioneers were able to establish a temple on an 80-acre plot of donated land on the 20th of February 1970. Since then, Wat Phra Dhammakaya has been under the guidance of Abbot Prat Rat Bhavanavisut Lompo Dhammachayo, who has used the temple to fulfill the dream of making a model temple with exemplary monks and congregation. The history of the temple shows that the construction of temple buildings has gone hand in hand with the training up of the community who supervise the place. Therefore, every piece of architecture has been pressed into use from the moment it is complete. Each building functional rather than of decorative design, and with a capacity fitting the size of the congregation at the time of construction. In 1972, when the temple was only 2 years old, its first training project for the public was the Dhamma mass ordination scheme. It was the starting point of the temple in instilling Buddhist morality and values into the hearts of the younger generation. After graduation, a large number of the young men who had received training as Dhamma monks have dedicated their lives to Buddhism full-time, becoming lifelong monks. Indeed, the abbot, Lompo Dhammajiyo, often reminds his monks to cherish their monkhood and wear the saffron robe proudly, as it is the final attire of all those about to break free from the cycle of existence or samsara. The spreading of Buddhism throughout the world is a task too great for any one person or one organization to manage alone. Thus, it is only through the Dhammadayyadas, literally the heirs of the Dhamma, and their unwavering devotion, that Buddhism can continue to prosper. Thus, over the course of many decades, the success of the temple and the success the temple has brought to Buddhism has all derived from the dedication of monks, novices, resident laymen and laywomen with a life's commitment to celibacy, who have dedicated all their strength of body and mind for the benefit of the religion. The temple has focused on excellence in Buddhist training, both in theory and practice. Buddhist theory entails scriptural and academic study. Buddhist practice means emphasis on meditation. The resulting reputation for training at the temple has attracted ever-increasing congregations from around the country to study at the temple. Such large numbers have necessitated temple expansion from the original meditation hall to the thatched Dhammakaya hall, until eventually in the present day, the main meeting place in the temple is a new permanent Dhammakaya hall with a capacity of 300,000. All along, the temple has given the utmost importance to the training of exemplary monks, who can be the models and teachers of good morality for the rest of society. It was with this aim in mind that Prarad Bhavanavisut, Lompo Dhammajiyo, has long had the wish to unify all Buddhist monks and novices in the world with the same unity of the single sun that shines in the sky. This was the inspiration to build the Dhammakaya Chettiya, a pagoda designated to last for 1,000 years, to bring together all Buddhists of the world and return the Sangha to the esteemed harmony it enjoyed during the time of the Lord Buddha. He also continues to support the activities of the Sangha, including Pali study scholarships, an anti-smoking campaign for monks,